Hey folks, this is Book Talk with Corbin. I am your host. Please go to youtube.com, put in the search engine Book Talk with Corbin or Book Talk with Corbin Sievers. Please subscribe to the channel. I need you to subscribe to the channel. It helps me, it helps me, it helps me. And hopefully what I'm doing helps other folks, including black folk in the United States of America, do for self. This isn't some anti-Semitic organization. We're not anti-anybody. We're not anti-white folks. We're not anti-anybody. But if they're against us, I'm against them. If they're against black folk, I'm against them. This channel is all about black folk and black folk doing really what we have been doing in this country for many decades, and that is doing for self, rising above, rising through or struggling through different circumstances. You know, we've turned tragedy into triumph, and we've done it time and time again. But what I'm seeing in the black community, more and more of our thought leaders, our intellectuals, our scholars, trying to turn us into victims. Well, guess what? I'm not a victim. You know, I don't know what history you're reading, but when you read the history of black folk in America, we're not victims. The history of black folk in America should inspire many other folks around the world. They should say, look, they should look at us as black folks, if they honestly look at our full history and say, oh my God, look what these people have accomplished. Look at all the obstacles and burdens they had put in front of them. But look how they got through it. You know, they went from tragedy to triumph, and we're still moving forward to even greater triumphs. And so we're really, in reality, an inspiration to other folks, okay? But right now what I'm seeing is a whole lot of, these white cultural Marxists. They want us to be victims so that they can control us and exploit us. A lot of these black leftists, they want us to be victims because they also wrapped up into that white cultural stuff. As Dr. Harold Cruz put out there, put a book called The Crisis of the Negro Intellectual. And we still have that crisis going on. Dr. Cruz put that out, decades ago. We still have that crisis going on. So part of what my channel is trying to do is not only to encourage everybody, black, white, male, female, young and old, to do more reading, do reading of good stuff, but particularly really want to encourage more black folk to do more reading and get a broader understanding of the facts of our history, and to get motivated to say, oh, wait a minute, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. And I need to be careful about letting people turn me into a victim. Because when it's all said and done, victims act like victims. When it's all said and done, victims act like victims. But you got some folks out here, they're playing chess, we're playing checkers. And we can't move beyond that victim mentality and the results of having a victim's attitude if we don't have different thinking. And the best way to get different thinking is to read. We must read. So, having said that, let me introduce you to a book called The Miseducation of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. He put this out back in 1933. It is a classic. It is a classic. It is a classic. And let me read an excerpt from it. I want to encourage black folk to get this. I want to encourage anybody, regardless of the color of your skin, to get this. But get it. This is from the introduction. This new program of uplift, the author contends, should not be decided upon by the trial and error method in the application of devices used in dealing with others in a different situation and at another epoch. Only by careful study of the Negro himself and the life which he is forced to lead can we arrive at the proper procedure in this crisis. The mere imparting of information is not education. Let me repeat that. The mere imparting of information is not education. Above all things, the effort must result in making a man think and do for himself, just as the Jews have done in spite of universal persecution. Uh-oh. Let the genie out of the bag, didn't you, Dr. Woodson? Above all things, the effort must result in making a man think and do for himself just as the Jews have done in spite of universal persecution. Education, not indoctrination. You can get a copy of The Miseducation of the Negro at Amazon.com, Thrift Books, or Better World Books. Please do so. I'm probably going to do a book discussion around this book too. I'm going to do this book discussion the same way I plan on doing another book discussion. I'm going to put out there, hey, having a discussion around this book. If you care to participate, here's what you got to do. Send me $2 to my PayPal account. As soon as I get that, I send you the Zoom link so that you can participate. Well, why do I charge the $2? Because I want people in there who invested in it. Okay, you got to have a dog in the hunt. You got to have a dog in the race. I just don't want people to nilly-willy, any knucklehead to just whatever. Hopefully it sort of screen out knuckleheads to some degree. But send me the $2. As soon as I get that, I send you the link. And then you automatically, your name is put in a raffle pool. And at the end of the discussion will be roughly 1 hour. And I will be hosting it. I will be controlling it. But I want people to participate and talk and raise questions and struggle. And then at the end of the discussion, again, there's a raffle pool, and we'll pull a raffle ticket, and the person will get a free book by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. More than likely be Miseducation of the Negro. You might have an option of another book as well, but you definitely have this. All right, so again, please, folks, go to my website, check out things I got on my website, booktalkwithcorbin.com. And also go to YouTube and, sign up for my, what do they call it? Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Book Talk with Corbin, Sievers. All right, guys, see you again real soon. Talk to you again real soon.